If we ran Nintendo.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 148 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the greatest co-host in all the land, Mr. Sean Capri.
Bobby, how are you, my friend? I think I know how
will.
you are. I shouldn't ask you
Yeah,
that. Oh,
I
you're
got.
not
I
that great.
just so people know, like I have a massive headache working through. I'm just I'm starting to feel a little better, but we've been talking for what 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and almost an hour actually.
Yeah.
And it's because I've been trying to work through this massive migraine, and I'm starting to feel better now. So
You
although
sound just a little down. I feel like I got to tone it down a little bit because it's gonna be
I'm a
little
little
weird.
low
Should we
key,
just be
yeah,
down kind of here?
yeah,
Episode
we should be down a little
148,
bit.
baby.
Yeah, 148. We're just chill.
Everybody
We're just
calm
chill.
down.
Yeah.
This is brought to you by Excedrin.
This is true.
Aleve. This is the Aleve
true.
episode, everybody.
This is very, very true.
Mhm.
Real quickly, let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout outs.
Oh my God, Bobby! I'm flipping it over to me. I'm just doing just me and the audience here on your YouTube channel and on the podcast, guys. I just got a text message from my sister. Her and I were talking about Avengers Endgame when we were hanging out with my parents over the last couple of weekends, trying to figure out like, are we gonna watch all the movies all over again? We're kind of getting hyped up, and like for me, Bobby, I don't know about you, but I wasn't really all that excited for Endgame until just like all of a sudden, I am like hyped beyond belief. And so her and I were trying to figure out like how we're gonna see this. We both have two kids and we've got all these situations and stuff. So we were gonna go, and then I just couldn't leave. Chelsea and I couldn't go. Couldn't figure out. There's just childcare stuff all over the place. So my sister texted me today and she's like, "Look, her and her husband bought tickets, but they're having trouble getting people to take care of their kids." She's like, what if me and my sister go and then our spouses just kind of stay home with the kids? It sounds like a win-win-win-win-win, like all over the place. So Thursday 6 p.m. I basically go from work straight to the theater on Thursday.
Dude, you're looking to get divorced, man. You're just begging for that. Like,
dude, you don't even know this
there, bro.
This is like there's something way bigger.
Oh,
Chelsea and I've been talking about that's like, ooh, hopefully she's actually okay with that, but yeah, we'll see how that goes, man. So that's what I'm geeking out about. So thank you for asking.
Okay, so let me let me bring it back to reality here, and we're going to do a shout out. And I have two shout outs, and my first goes to all of my good friends in the podcasting world. I want to wholeheartedly apologize to each and every one of you for the attacks of Sean Capri lately. And I've been trying to rein him in. I'm doing my best. I love you all. Just please stick by me. This is not an easy task for me to do. But just know that I come from a good place, and I do love you. Even though he's been nasty and challenging you guys to fight and just being a horrible human being, I still love you.
I want to piggyback off this, Bob. I'm glad you brought it up because I've started a new job. I've got a new kid. I've had a really difficult. No. I'm just saying. I promise to be better. I've had a hard time trying to figure out like how am I supposed to like fit therapy into my life. I haven't gone to therapy in almost a year. Almost a year.
The woe is me. You know what?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying I
want to spin it.
That's not what I'm doing.
Way people feel guilty.
Nope.
They're like, oh, we can't attack Sean. He's been nasty to us, but we still love him.
That's not what I'm saying. I promise to be better. I'm acknowledging that I've been a bit of a dink, and you yourself have said, "What's this a dumb thing to say?" You yourself. Who else would I be talking about? You have said.
Exactly. Oh my God.
You said, you know what, Sean? You can tell when you don't go to therapy. I'm like,
well, that is
telling
true.
me that. Thank you for telling me that.
True. I will be honest with that. That is true.
I also haven't been exercising.
Well, I haven't been exercising either. But
I know. Well, that's why you got the New Jersey crank going on.
Well, I got to do something. I went. You want to know something? Today's Nintendo Guru Daily.
It's such a dick thing for me to say just now too.
It's fine. My Nintendo Guru Daily today was I actually went kind of back in history.
Yeah.
And I pulled a video from the Geek Guru.
Oh
and
yeah,
kind of
man.
Re-edited it and all that stuff. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, they look so good. And that was only like a couple years ago. What the hell is
both
that?
Both of us. Hey, shout out to both of us.
Yes. 3 years.
Yeah, thanks Facebook for reminding me that today 3 years ago we launched episode 1. We actually had, it was actually our second episode. We had an episode 0.
Yes.
But episode 1 was how to fix a leaky ship. We were talking about all the leaks about the NX and everything.
Imagine that.
Right? So it's kind
Here we
of,
are,
it was
full
funny.
circle.
I was thinking about that. Like, what if we sort of did a return to that, a little anniversary update or anniversary topic?
Kind of close to that.
Yeah.
My real shout out, my second shout out is to a good friend of ours, Greg Caldwell, and
Thanks.
I'm not going to get into details. I'm not going to say a whole lot, but I just want to say this to you, Greg. I think that you are a fantastic person.
Yeah, man.
I think you are one of the best people that I know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that if anybody in the world could aspire to be like somebody, if they could aspire to be like you, they'd be a hell of a lot better in this world than they already are. So, I love you, and I hope you have a great day.
Same
That's
here,
all I'm
man.
gonna say.
Huge Nintendo fan. He has a pure heart.
Oh, he's extremely passionate guy.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up passionate guy.
Great
And you know what? You watch him go when he's defending Nintendo. It is the greatest fun.
Mm-hmm.
It almost said the F word. It's the greatest thing that I can ever watch. I love watching him get fired up, man. It is so great. You know what I love? I love when he actually like takes shots at Toby. And
Oh,
like,
snap.
oh, he does too. Like he'll fire these little jabs at Toby, and I know Toby gets real frustrated real easily.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't. Toby feels very protected in life. He's
on an island.
Yes, he's used to being. He's an entitled person.
Oh, snap. He's piling on.
He's used to
Anything
just
else?
getting everything in the world his way.
Yeah.
Things just roll his way.
Anything else?
And then when someone comes in, takes a couple jabs, he gets all like, you know, his ass feathers get up in the air, and he's getting ready to fight, and like a peacock, man. He starts floating, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
But
How those
no, I'm
painkillers.
just kidding. But no, the couple times I've seen Greg go at Toby, it makes me laugh.
That's
I just start to
hilarious.
laugh hysterically.
That's
It's the
funny.
best. Yeah, it's the best. So, do you have a shout out?
I do, man. This is somebody I feel like I feel bad that I haven't given this person a shout out in a long, long time. Sheldon Benedict, Quest for Pixels. I mean, we've talked about Quest for Pixels a little bit. I think Tony Baker came up.
Yeah, I
pretty
love
recently.
these guys.
Tony Baker reached out to me recently and asked me if I wanted to. I don't even know if I'm allowed to talk about this, but it's happening. Sorry, Tony and Sheldon, but this is happening. Wednesday night, the night before, I'm gonna be busy this week. Tuesday, I'm streaming on twitch.tv/Sean Capri. Wednesday night, I'm gonna be on a podcast with Sheldon Benedict in a We the Gamercast style one-on-one chat podcast. Those guys are starting up. Now on Thursday,
Oh, wow.
I'm going to Endgame. So hopefully, I'll see my wife and kids at some point.
Oh, you Chelsea. If you would have come to Jersey and have those pickle subs or whatever you were showing me,
Don't you go offering that to her. If anybody's gonna be needing anything, I'm gonna need a place to stay, Bobby. So,
I don't know if you saw that. I know
I
you
did
saw
see
it.
that. She told me all about it. It's amazing.
Oh, we were going at it, man, and I'm
Hey.
like, oh, thanks. And you want to come to Jersey just for see me second and see try a pickle sub, and she's like, it's giant effing pickles. I was like, I love this girl. She's amazing.
Yep,
dude.
she is amazing.
Married
up. Yeah, Sheldon Benedict. He came into my stream earlier this week, and he threw me a Twitch Prime sub.
Oh,
So it was
dude,
great
these
to see
guys-
him. I haven't
yeah,
seen him in a long
these-
time. I know he's busting his tail off, man. Him and Brendan Myers, both just working just like crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see Brendan pop up a little bit more these days.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard him chatting he was on with Luke Lore and Bad Bit and playing Apex earlier today.
Yeah.
Sounded like he was in good spirits. So I'm thinking
He's a
about a
good
lot
guy.
of people who have been with us for a long time. JB, Greg, everybody. Like
Yeah.
people have been with us a long, long time, dude.
Yeah, they
It's
have.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, they have. Very long time. You can almost say like, don't call it a comeback. You know what I mean? Like they've been around for a long time. Anyway,
people are so confused. I don't even know how to
Oh, my
respond. People,
God.
you don't know how many people are like, "What is Bobby talking about?" Man? I don't know.
I
man.
love it. I love it. It's the best, man. It's the best thing in the world. I love
I'm
getting
saying-
people.
All I'm saying is people should just remember the Geek Guru. Like maybe it's a Geek Guru thing.
I don't know nothing. Anyway, so we got two topics
Confirmed.
today. Which should we do? Mine first or your first?
This
or...
isn't the Nintendo PlayStation podcast. Just do the Amiibo one. Let's do the Amiibo one first.
Well, I'm asking because you got to read
I know.
that question.
Okay.
Why? Jesus. Go ahead. Read it.
Okay. I'm excited about this. Bobby, I'm excited. It's too bad you're not feeling well. Let's see, we should do your topics because I like my topic and I want it for when you're feeling good. Okay. If we ran Nintendo, what would we do to bring the Amiibo craze back? What characters need to be added and what franchises could we feature? How could we restructure this? How could we revitalize Amiibo? There's a wave that went out last week or whatever, maybe a week and a half ago by the time people are listening to this. And I think TJ Santula, we may have talked about this. TJ Santula went out and he's like, man, it's not what it used to be, but I still get excited by going to my GameStop or wherever, Target, and get my Amiibo. I'm like, that is a sad thing. I look over to my left, or behind me, I've got all these Amiibo, and then the other end, on my left, there's literally a closet that we built for Skylanders. Like we probably have in the hundreds of toys. Yeah. I don't think that this is gone for good. I don't think Toys to Life are necessarily gone. It just needs the right Toys to Life. So I just want to bring this up, Bobby.
So for me personally, and I have every single Amiibo there is. Mm-hmm. Every Amiibo that is out there, I own.
What's the rarest one that you have? Like, what are some of the rare ones that you got?
I'll tell you which one is the rarest one. No. Even rarer than that. Because Toby hit me up this week. I have Box Boy, still in box, on my shelf. It's worth $500.
Get out. Is it really?
Yeah, man. Yep.
500 big American dollars. Holy
on
crap.
eBay, $500. I was blown away when I saw that today, or not today. This was earlier this week because Toby messaged me. He's like, "Hey, you still got that box boy?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Is it in box?" I said, "Yeah." I never took it out, just because it was Japanese exclusive. Mm-hmm. The Japanese exclusive ones I've always kept in the box, except for the Monster Hunter Stories ones that I have.
We have those in the box. Are they the same ones? I've shown you those ones, right? The Monster Hunter ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the same ones. They're Japanese.
Yeah.
You took them out?
I took those ones out, yeah.
Oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, no. It was worth taking out. I didn't care.
Okay.
But the Box Boy one, I just had a weird feeling, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that one in the box. Sure enough,
he's a box
$500 is worth. And then I have Rob the Robot. I imported him from Japan as well.
Oh yeah.
The red and the Famicom one, but then that wound up coming to the United States anyway. But I bought that one. I imported that
normal one. Is there two? Like there was
two. There was an American one, and then there was one that was the Japanese Famicom one.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. For me personally, I've got them all, and when the time comes for Amiibo, I freak out.
Yeah, man.
Like what I mean by that is I freak out is I panic because the crazes were so bad before. That I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get, and like, I like lose like today. I pre-ordered Isabelle, Pichu, and Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, gotta get them. Thanks, Josue Ponce, New Mobile News. Like again, I follow him all the time, and he posted Walmart had them up for sale, pre-order, and I went and got all three.
Yep.
But like, dude, there was a time when these things went up. And they were sold out within 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
Like, if you were not paying attention, you missed them.
Remember Palutena was first on Amazon? That was the first one they did on Amazon.
That was the first one on Amazon. Mm-hmm. She wasn't... That was the first time that it really became pretty easy.
That started to get a little easier.
Getting...
Pit was crazy. Dark Pit
was really bad. But Wave 4 was the... eclipse. Like Wave 4 was when it got to the point where it was so bad that I remember me and Miguel turned and looked at each other and was like, dude,
what are we doing?
The next wave, we're just importing the whole thing from Japan. And that's what we did. I paid double the price. For every single Amiibo. But you know what? I never even blinked an eye because I was like, they're all here.
Gotta have them.
I'm just saving myself, taking off from work. 5 a.m. launches, standing in front of Target at 3, 4 in the morning. Like, that's a thing. Like, that's how me and Miguel met. I stood in line at 3 o'clock in the morning at a Target, and I sat out there for 3 hours by myself, and then all of a sudden people started showing up. And I was the first in line, and that's how we met for Rosalina. And February 20th, it's a day that Miguel and I fell in love. It's our anniversary. It's funny because we went to Target a couple weeks ago and they had like a Rosalina, and he's like, "Bobby, look," and he pointed and he smiled, and I'm like, "That's the day we met, Miguel."
Walk up and give him a little smooch.
So But I think about it and I go, what franchise could bring the fire back?
Mm-hmm.
And the closest was the Zelda ones.
Yep. Yeah,
When,
maybe. Yep.
when they brought the Zelda ones out, um, the 30th anniversary Zelda ones.
Yep.
Oh my God, it was bad. What are you pointing up to?
Right there. That's where I got all my Zelda like on my shelf. Oh, you
Okay.
can't. Oh, I got the wrong camera.
Oh,
For
because you got the other camera.
different camera. People at home can see.
Well, that's what it matters.
Yeah, but, okay, so one of the things I feel like has been missing from a few, and maybe I'm just not paying attention enough, is you mentioned the waves. I remember when the Smash came out, and it was very clear from the start. Wave 1 was this, and it's coming out here. Wave 2 is this, and it's coming out then. And then, like, beyond that, I don't think we really even knew that. But you would always talk about the waves, and you knew exactly which characters are coming and when they were coming out. I felt like that was able to drive a lot of the panic and the fervor about it. And since then, I don't know that, like, I think we're a little lost. I think that there's maybe too many. We've lost focus.
No, I think because I feel like the Smash ones are still pretty fever pitched.
Smash for sure.
At
Smash
points.
for sure. Like I think I was thinking everything else, and maybe that's where things kind of got. Maybe it was too much, and so it's like you're okay. Like maybe people fell off the. At first, it was if there's 8 available, like it was very possible to collect them all, and then 12, you're like, well, I've got 10 out of the 12. I can still finish this off. Now it's like 600, and so maybe that's part of it. So that's why I wanted to kind of like one of the ways I wanted to frame this was like what franchise do we put this in, and then also like how would we wrap a waved or a phased approach, phased rollout kind of.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just goofing around. I decided to go see because this is the gauge. This is a litmus test. Could you pre-order the ones that I pre-ordered this afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
And they are sold out.
Damn.
From Walmart. So
Canada's all over the place, man. That's the crappy part. Every time, and I fool myself every time. I get those same alerts from Hoshue, and I'm like, oh, maybe Canada too, and it never works out.
It's never the same. But I think the thing is like when you look at this, right, and you go, but Pokemon Trainer, of course he would be sold out. Pichu, right. Of course he'd be sold out. And Isabelle, of course Isabelle would be sold out. So those 3 characters I think are huge in franchise-wise. Mm-hmm. But I got news for you, man. Smash still has the power. The difference is this. The difference between now and then is the pre-orders still sell out.
Yeah.
But the difference was before, if you didn't get a pre-order, you were camping out in order to get them that day. So the day they launched, if you didn't camp out, you wouldn't get it. Now, you don't have to camp out. You can roll into Best Buy.
I kind of wish they didn't up the numbers like that. Like I, as a collector, and like I kind of enjoyed like that hunt. Like of course you'd be upset. Like I'm torn on it. I'm not suggesting that they should go back to like just purposeful and forced scarcity. It's not a whole lot of fun for some people, for most people I would say, but like there's something about it, man. There's something about them being rare. Maybe there's still a space for some things to be rare, but others not to be. Like I like the gold Mega Man, and there's some things that should be like that. I
would not have cared if they would have put out like a special edition one. Like if they would have put out a $20 amiibo or $30 amiibo that was just a variant paint job, a special
the player
edition.
2 stuff that they kind of did a little bit.
Yeah, not even that. Like if they would have gone into the additional poses. So like when you play Smash,
sure. Mm-hmm.
When you beat, well, this is going back to trophy days.
Yep.
But when you would beat Smash, one way you would get your player 1. You know, you get your trophy, which was modeled after the amiibo. But then when you beat it the second time through in a different battle mode, it unlocked a different, like more powerful looking one. And I would have loved that they would have done that, but I don't know how they would have made those characters into those trophies.
Well, it's funny, man. If I look at when you go to like a Comic-Con or something like that, and you go to the Funko Pops, the Comic-Con exclusive stuff are just shiny. It's the same thing. They just have like a metallic paint job. They say instead. It's just shinier paint, and people go bonkers over that because it's got a little like exclusive sticker on it, and it's got that paint job you can only get there, and that's across the board. It's a pretty standard thing. Skylanders had the same thing with legendary stuff. They're just purple.
Yeah,
they look awesome.
It's
though.
But the thing is that what scares me, but what really bothers me is the fact of like if I invested this much time into these
Mm-hmm.
and I just couldn't get it, it would be really bothersome.
No, there was a time when
Seriously.
you couldn't get some of them. That's the thing. Like man, some
Not
of my
me.
favorite Nintendo
Not
voice
me.
chat episodes were Brian and Pierre talking about how they would hit F5 on their freaking web browser, just really just reload, refresh, just like crazy, just totally obsessive. So maybe to focus this a little bit, because I've done a little bit of Justin Masson-esque preparation. I've got my blueprints. I've got a whole couple ideas.
Here
I
we
think
go.
that Smash, you're right. Like it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that Smash still holds a tremendous amount of power. People are still attached to that game, and it's got to be their best selling game on the system. But there's a couple other things that could compete with that. I don't think Zelda's quite it, although we've talked a lot about why Zelda was important for the Switch to launch with, but it's not as big the biggest franchise. Mario will always be bigger than Link. Always, until the end of time, Mario will always be bigger. So let me start with this one. I think that line it up with Mario Maker 2. So Mario Maker 2 has its own line of amiibo. So because I think that's the magic of Smash, is that there's a natural way for you to, even though it's a kind of a crappy functionality, you buy these amiibo and you can train them in Smash. Like it's the Skylanders. Like this is the game for the amiibo and the amiibo for the game. Super Mario Maker is the game, and there's a Super Mario line of amiibo. Okay, so you can actually go all the way back throughout all the games, throughout all the Mario Brothers, and I think you could do it by waves of like Mario All Stars wave, which would be Mario 1, 2, 3. Then you have some sort of like, or maybe even include 4 if you like, or have a 2D Mario. Then you have 3D Mario Wave, so 64 and Sunshine and Galaxy 2. And then you have, I don't know, whatever you'd want to call like Odyssey. So you have a couple waves here. And I've picked out the Mario that I want for each game if you'd like me to jump out, because I'm pretty excited about this, man.
Okay, so I'm trying to think here. The problem with me. Okay, so I get what you're saying.
I want a full Mario set. I want to look at my shelf and I'm just
you.
like, I want
got you.
10 Marios.
They do have a Mario line.
Yeah, but it's
I understand,
Super Mario.
It's I understand what
a
you're
little bit
saying.
different.
I understand what you're saying. But just hear me out. For me personally, and I'm looking at 5 Marios right here on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
I got gold, I got silver, I got regular Mario, I got the 2 pixelated Marios, the classic, the modern.
That's the problem, though. They're all over the place.
I got the wedding Mario.
They're all over the place. It's too bad.
There's so many of them, dude.
I need more.
Okay, go ahead. Let's just
Super Mario Brothers 1, Wave 1, Super Mario Brothers 1. You get Fire Mario, and he can be all pixelated and stuff. He can maybe be in that same style as the blocky one. Super Mario 2 is Mario holding a POW or a Shy Guy over his head. You can have kind of like an action pose. Mario 3, of course, Tanuki Mario. Mario 4, imagine a Cape Mario amiibo. We don't have that, Bobby. Why don't we have that?
That would be kind of cool.
Mario 64. There's so many. You could have Metal Mario. Yeah. You could have the little like wings on the hat, little Hermes, like the Greek messenger god. I'm pretty sure that's what that was made after. Sunshine, Flood, of course. B Mario from Galaxy 2. He's riding Yoshi. Like, man, Cat Mario and Mario. I want a Mario Maker amiibo. I want like where he's in like the construction getup and stuff. Like that's dude. I am telling you. You have these, and they can be larger than life too. Like the maybe they're not just because you're right. There are a lot of Marios, and they're all basically the same. But how else can you make these special? Maybe it is part of the design. Maybe they're different sizes, or I don't know, man. I just think Mario has this certain like weight and cachet to him, and you throw an entire amiibo line on him, and they unlock certain things. Maybe in Mario Maker, I think there's something there, dude. This is obviously never gonna happen. But
well, what I would like to see is this. Because like I said, I feel like the Mario Party line, I guess the way you would describe it, is a thing. What I would like to see, and I think that would help two things, is them publishing an indie series.
Snap.
where you
Yes,
bring
now we're
in,
talking.
you bring in like Super Meat Boy, and you make a Super Meat Boy amiibo, and then you do a Rusty amiibo, and then you do there already is a Shovel Knight one, but do another Shovel Knight one, like a more Nintendo-esque one, a Dead Cells one. Like you take your top 15, 20 indie games and do one for each game.
So what does it
And
do? I have an idea of what I would want that to do, but because they all have to, they always do something. Like they're not just toys.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they do typically do. I mean, you could do it anything. It could be like it unlocks characters.
Well, it's the
You
game.
could,
Give them the game and the amiibo, man.
oh, you
That's
could
what
do
I would
that.
do. You get a game code in there.
Yeah, you could put a game code in it. They've never done that before, but that would be something you could do. The other thing, like could you imagine a Hollow Knight amiibo?
Yeah, man.
Like, dude, there's so many great indie games that they could make and put stuff in. It's unbelievable.
Max,
Yeah, yeah.
Muds.
I'd be all for that.
I want a Jules. I want a Jules watch him amiibo.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be
Yes.
so good.
From Mutant Muds.
Yeah.
I play as Jules. Like I've unlocked him and I'm like, I gotta play as Jules.
So
Like,
good. You just imagine the hair and the, I don't know.
Oh,
It'd be the
so
first
good,
amiibo
man.
with like a little button that he can talk. Like
Yeah.
those little toys.
Yeah.
Balls hard. He just says balls
Yeah,
hard all
yeah,
the time.
Exactly.
That's a good idea, man. Because they could do that. That's how they could.
Well, because I'm sitting here and I'm looking up at the Rusty amiibo that I had customized, and I'm like, man, it'd be so cool if they had other stuff like that.
Yep.
And then I see my Shovel Knight one, and then I see Diablo 3 one, and then I see the Dark Souls one. Is it crazy that I have a Dark Souls amiibo and I never even
That is
played the game before?
That is the dumbest one too. Well, I can't remember what it was last week. Or yeah, we were saying goodbye to Reggie last week.
Yeah.
And we were talking about a quick amiibo line of like the fate, like the presidents or our favorite people from Nintendo. Like that would be pretty sweet too, man.
It would be. You know what? That would be sweet if they did like a Miyamoto. If they did an Iwata, like, oh my god, dude, Iwata would be so hard to get.
Yep.
They could make $1 billion off of it.
Seriously.
Because the thing of it is, if you made them and you made them Smash characters, and you made them where when you scanned them in, you got the Mii fighters of the characters.
Yep.
That would be really cool. I would buy them up in a minute, man.
Totally.
That'd be so awesome.
And that's how you like. There's something weird that happens with Nintendo. Like if you can excite the core Nintendo base to such a fever pitch, then like somehow it expands beyond that. Like it's totally irrational. It doesn't make any sense. But you're like, it just because Nintendo fans like we act a little crazy and like so crazy like it causes people to like kind of turn their heads and rubberneck a little bit. Like what the hell is going on over there? Oh. I kind of like that. That's like I don't know what it is. Like there's this joy that it kind of like gets sparked in the air. I think that
I'm down for that.
I think that would be sweet.
I look at some of the stuff. I need to do a video of like my fate of my custom amiibo that I have. I got one up here, Sean. It's a Bowser, and he looks metalish. A girl from Instagram, Sam Real Paintress, painted it for me. He is the most amazing thing in the world. Like all the colors are not Bowser color. Like he's shiny, like you said. But he's like orange horns and a blue mohawk and like orange eyes and his teeth are orange. His
I want a
body's
Detective
silver.
Pikachu size Bowser. Like I want a giant Bowser,
Yes.
right? Like
Yes.
Mega Yarn Yoshi size, like something that's
man.
super intimidating. I got to tell you, man, part of where this topic came from. I got Lincoln a little. It's like I think a Nintendo World toy. There's a line of like small little toys. And I got him a Tanuki Mario, and I'm like, I want a Tanuki Mario amiibo. And I'm like, what other amiibo do I want? I want all this stuff. So I gave it to Lincoln because it was his birthday, and he's just loving Mario, as I've mentioned. And what he's doing now, in real life and with his toys, is he's doing the triple jump sound.
Oh God.
So he'll be like, we took the dogs out for a walk earlier today, and he'll just like stop and then just do a little hop, and he does like three little hops. He goes, wah, yeah, wahoo!
No, he does not.
Swear to God, man, he does.
Oh my God.
I gotta take a video of it one of these days. And then he'll go around. He's going around the house with all his Mario toys, and he's going wahoo, yeah, wah, yahoo! Like
That is the best.
it's so freaking cute, man.
I love that kid.
Yeah, me too. He's doing okay.
Love that kid. I love him.
Can I tell you my second idea? Because I love this stuff. This is a no-brainer. I feel. Pokemon's coming out later this summer.
Oh,
or later
dude.
this year.
I said that a long time ago.
But you can do it in
Yes.
waves, man, and you lock it in with like because it could get crazy. There's too many.
Well,
Like there's
you do the
literally
starters.
exactly.
You do the starters,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would do the starters and the legendaries.
That's exactly
for
what I was going to
every
say.
single game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the legendaries are those are your exclusives. Those are the crazy, super rare ones. They make like 10,000 of them or something crazy like that. And you just watch people like push kids
they
over
would
all over again.
lose their minds.
Because like Black Friday isn't what it was before. You know, kids are safe
Yeah.
now. Like people are safe. People could shop online. You get those things just in a Walmart, and you have people killing each other to get in the doors again. Come on, man.
Well, I've always said what I felt like is a missed opportunity, especially for the Wii U. I felt it so strongly for the Wii U, but as I'm sitting here, I have these Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, right? And what I think Nintendo should have done is they should have made Pokemon Amiibo cards, right? But what they should have done is they should have made a battle game where you and I are in the living room and we have our cards all laid out in front of us. And then what we do is I scan in my Charizard, you scan in your Pikachu, and then like they battle on the screen.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
You know what I mean? Like
you basically like you're throwing your Pokeball and then they
like you're throwing your
pop
Pokeball.
out. Yeah.
They pop out and they start fighting on the
cool.
screen. Like the screen would have been the arena.
Yeah.
And then but you're utilizing the card-based game as well as the screen is kind of taking control of it. Like I always felt like that was such a missed opportunity.
Oh my gosh, that is a no-brainer when you say it like that. It's just like it's so perfect. Yeah,
it's the mix of two games that people I think really have always wanted was more or less a home console Pokemon game, but also you have the card game, which could do some amazing stuff. That would have been amazing. So, but I love the idea of Pokemon. I love the idea of like you get in, you have the starters, and then I would do like certain ones. Like there's always these ones, and it's what I've learned by when I was playing Pokemon Go and all that stuff. But there's always these ones within the series that are always like these standout, like Mewtwo and all that. Like Mewtwo isn't a legendary; he's not a starter, but he's a massive character. So you put him. Oh my god, Snorlax is another big one that not a starter, not a what, but he's one that's got to go in. So there's so many great Pokemon that they could utilize and to make some awesome amiibo. Like I'd be like, that's the cool thing for me is like you see Pokemon Trainer, and I'm like, oh my god, dude. Like, that is so cool that we're getting a Pokemon Trainer amiibo. And it's like, this is amazing. And Bulbasaur is coming. Like, they're going to have a Bulbasaur amiibo. It's like, it'd be so cool to just have the Pokemon Trainer with the 3 starters kind of around them. Like, oh my god, dude. It's so awesome.
That would realistically, that would be the one to get, like, car accidents happening in the street again. Like that's really the only one because people are already buying 2 games at the same time. Like that's
the game. Yeah, that's the one that if you put that out, forget about it. Like it is lights out. And you know how you incorporate into the game is you have a new Pokemon game that's coming out, which we have is coming out. You put them out and you go, hey, if you buy the amiibo, you scan it in, you get a lucky or a shiny amiibo of the or Pokemon in your collection.
That's
like
crazy.
Maybe it's a new crossbreed color, like it's a new variant color.
You could have shinies be like that ultra rare amiibo as well. Like you could have like a shiny whatever. Did I tell you that Jake P47? He's on Twitch. He's playing Pokemon something, and he was streaming this, and he had a counter. He was searching for a shiny.
Oh yeah, that's the guy we were talking about. Yeah.
8,850 something resets later, he finally gets it.
Oh my god.
8,000. So the gameplay that he's doing for 8,800 something odd times is fire up the game, lands on a spot, little Pokemon start like he enters some house or something, little Pokemon just comes down, it enters the screen.
Yep.
Is he shiny or not? And for 8,800 some odd times, nope. The regular dude, reset, start again. Man, you can play anything else. This is what I'm talking about. When I say like this would cause car accidents in the street, this is what Pokemon leads people to do. That's crazy.
You're not kidding, man. It's a crazy franchise. It's
But
always been.
I'm looking forward to some craziness coming back. Like things have been a little easy in the Nintendo land these days. You know what I mean? We just got to get it a little crazy again.
Yeah,
A little
I mean, when you
unexpected.
think about it, like, yeah, there hasn't been anything.
Everybody can
but
buy the
thank
Switch.
God,
Everybody
man.
can buy
Thank
the.
God.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I want. Like
You know
if I'm
why?
complaining on
Because
one side, I'm obviously complaining on this side too. Like who knows?
well, you know
man?
what though? Here's the thing. For me personally, I am so ingrained in what Nintendo does
Mm-hmm.
that like when they announce things like this, when they announce things like a special edition Pro controller,
Mm-hmm.
right? A Smash Pro controller, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I know without a shadow of a doubt, this is mine. Lights out. I'm bringing it home.
Mm-hmm.
No, if there's something I want, I'm gonna go get it. But I hate the fact of like people don't get it, and then I'm supposed to be made feel bad that as a Nintendo fan because
You were there.
because Nintendo didn't put out enough of
Well,
something,
you got it first.
and you got to explain to Todd Oxtra how
Oh
you know
snap! I was
it's
not
just
expecting this.
it's just part of doing business. Like not everything needs to be available for everybody to get. Like sometimes they're going to be difficult to
I'm
get.
kicking myself. Like I'm not really like losing sleep over, it, but I'm kicking myself because I don't have a Ken amiibo. I've got Young Link. I've got Daisy from this last run.
How
I
did
don't
you
have-
not get Ken?
Dude, I don't know where the pre-orders are at. Like like Canada is just like we've got a lot of things going on, man. We've got a lot of
Ken's
weird
out now.
rules.
There is no pre-order for Ken.
I know. Well,
He's
I
out.
obviously missed a pre-order. That's what I'm saying. And then if I go into the store, they don't have Ken. They had everything else. I went in one
Really?
time. They had Young Link. I went in and actually Chelsea, I think, picked him up. Then I went in another time. They had Daisy, and so like Ken is awesome. Like out of all of them, like well, not really. Maybe Link and Ken. Like I have Daisy. Like who cares about Daisy? By the way, Daisy, I think. Like I don't know, man. She's looking a little like
Sure,
thinner this
just
time
go
around.
on best. I know you're anti ordering online.
I'm not. Oh,
Go right now on BestBuy.com. I
Well,
got it.
They don't ship to Canada, doofus.
Well, that's Best Buy. We'll try Best Buy CA, whatever the hell it is.
Ken Amiibo. Pardon my mechanical keyboard. It's turning into Flexipose right now. Sold out online. Sold out in stores. $21.99. This is awesome. That is a great amiibo.
It is a great amiibo.
And I really am kicking myself that I don't have one. But this is kind of like,
well,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's
man.
funny that you talk about like the frenzy that gets made by by him.
Is it just not on podcasts anymore? Is that what I'm missing?
I think people, because you know what it is. It became one of these things. Like if you talk about it, you're just a jack off.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
So
I can't
let's dedicate a
talk
whole
about
show to
more.
it.
I could care less. But I've never,
Do you mean like you come off as a jerk if you're saying like I got it, look what I got?
No,
or just people
just
don't
the
care
fact
about
that, like people are just tired of talking about
Yeah.
it. Like why are you continuing to bring this up? Like I remember there was the Geekcast. Dude, Toby and I would talk about Amiibo every single week.
Oh man.
Because we were so hyped on it, But it's funny, like, so for me, right? Last
How about
week,
Walmart?
I was so mad at Amazon for essentially. So what happened was I pre-ordered the Ken and Daisy and Young Link, right? And I didn't get them the day that they launched. And I knew I wasn't going to get them the day they launched.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I got to tell you this. I'm at walmart.ca. I pull up Ken Amiibo. It says available now. And my jaw is dropping. I'm like, oh, baby, let's go. And I pulled up the screen. It says it again. Amiibo, Ken, Nintendo Switch, DS, and Wii U.
Whatever.
Do Amiibo work on DS? It's not the point.
Yeah, they do.
On the DS?
Yeah.
It says free pickup, free returns. It's available. And then right below it, if just to click to buy it, out of stock. What? You son of a
Anyway,
bitch.
listen. So
Amazon.
So what happened was they launched on Friday, and I knew I wasn't going to get it on Friday because I didn't, they launched on Friday. But I have Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime gives me 2-day shipping. So, and in the United States, they ship on Sundays, Amazon. So I look at the shipping, and it's going Tuesday, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, it's Friday. So why is it not here on Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
So I canceled Prime.
You end up canceling?
I canceled. I got so mad that I canceled Prime because they were making up a bunch of excuses. They offered me a $5 promo. I said, look, this isn't about the promo. I just want what I pay for. Don't you know? After I cancel, this is God's honest truth. I cancel Prime.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe 2 hours later, it changes the status of the shipping. They get shipped out. The shipping goes from Tuesday to Sunday, and and they credit my account like $4 because I guess they price matched, and Ken and Young Link dropped in price.
Oh.
So they gave me the money back for them. And I'm like, I'm still not coming back. I'm done. I'm out.
You're going to miss that free 2-day shipping.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Hey, Rybo, if Rybo is listening to this, and I'm not even going to message him, I probably could message him just like right now, but I'll do it this way. Mackenzie Town Center in Calgary has this Ken Amiibo. No, it's right by, where is that? Anyway, by Lowe's Home Improvement, Bobby. You can go pick that up, Rybo. I'd greatly appreciate it. That's the thing, man. I think part of it is like, how do we get people talking about it again? Because like before I was talking about this, I'm like, whatever, Ken and me, but I don't have it. But now that I'm like, okay, check this place. I gotta check this place. Like, how do I get my hands on this thing? And back.
That's how I was that's how I was when I got Box Boy. You know what I mean? Like I kept putting it off. And then one night in a Skype call, 1 a.m. and I was like, okay. And I bought it.
Where else?
And I paid $70 to import that Box Boy.
You're nuts. Amazon.ca has it. I could pay $35 and pick it up. That's just a little, I don't know, man. I'm not quite there yet. But you would obviously do that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh. If I couldn't get it, I paid $70 for that thing.
You're nuts.
And guess
you
what?
Big Bobby,
now it's
big
worth
bucks
$500.
over here.
It's worth $500
Hey,
now.
look at that. It's an investment.
It's an investment. And that's the same thing the Monster Hunter Stories one. I kept waiting because like I'm not paying $35 a piece. They got down to $10 a piece. I bought the whole set, and now they're back up again. It's crazy, man.
Son of a gun. Well,
we kind of went a little long, Sean. We went a little long in the tooth.
That's okay.
So we're not going to do a second topic.
What? Oh, no.
We're going to save the topic for next week. Oh, okay. You know what? We probably should get into this one, though.
We could do it.
Okay, we can do it.
We're still fine.
Yeah, we got time. We're
good.
Okay, so the second topic is, if we ran Nintendo, how, with all the rumors of the upgrades that are coming out, what rumor makes sense for Nintendo? What rumor is the one that we go, this is the way that we would handle it? I want to go through the rumors real quick, just because there's been quite a few. So obviously, the first one is, we're going to go back a little bit. So the first one was we were going to get a Switch Pro. Then the Wall Street Journal comes out and says, wait a minute, there's actually now a second SKU, which is a Switch Mini. Eurogamer backs this up, and then we're looking at, like, we go from one SKU to two SKUs, and that's the way it's going to be. Then things change, and it goes to, we're only going to get the Switch Mini now, that apparently the Switch Pro has been delayed, which they haven't even announced it yet, so I don't know how you get delayed, but whatever. It's the internet. You know how they do. But what they're saying is that Nintendo has delayed production and stuff on the Switch Pro because they're searching for more power out of this thing. The rumor is PS5 level power.
What?
I'm just telling you what the rumors are. With that, they go, okay, the Switch Mini now will hit this fall, and then the Pro will come sometime after that. Then they're saying there's some mistranslations in the article that this is all, and they are both going to launch at the same time now. Then the final one is, yeah, that is the final one, that they will now launch at the same time. So here's the thing. Number one, I think there is no way in hell that Nintendo as a company has a Switch come out that's on the level of a PS5.
Right, I agree.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Ever.
No.
Okay? It'll hit PS5 level when PS5 when it's the PS6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, let's not get crazy. Nintendo is out of the arms race.
Yeah.
They have not been in the arms race since the GameCube era. So nix them dreams, because they're not happening, people. If you remember back to when the NX was supposed to come out, we were told that
Yep, PS4.
that PS4.
Yeah,
and
I
guess
remember
what?
that.
So wrong.
Yeah.
So wrong.
Because then that's what the PS4 would be. The PS4 would be a tablet. If there's a way to do that, then they would do it already.
So what I'm looking at is this. Let's start baby step it through.
All right.
Switch Pro, Switch Mini.
Yeah.
Which to you makes sense in terms of has to be launched?
Okay, so timing this out, I think that, it's I was talking on the Xbox Drive that it's officially okay to start getting hyped for next gen.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not happening for a little while. At least PS5, very likely 2020. Well, they actually said it's not 2019, so I guess not 2021. So I don't think a Pro is necessary at this point. I think that what Nintendo needs is to align it with the Pokemon thing again. I think this is a big year for Pokemon. And so if there's a way for them to even more so focus on the handheld nature of this thing, I think the Mini is the way to go and align that with a Pokemon thing. And I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, things are kind of like mixed up between the DS and the 3DS. Like a DSi was that more power? DSi was more powerful, and then they went light. So maybe I'm just trying to think of, like, would history repeat itself?
They went DS. They went DS Lite.
Oh, it was Lite. Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, then they went DSi. Then they went DSi XL.
XL, yep.
And then they went 3DS. Then they went 3DS XL. And then they went
so kind of all
new
over the place.
3DS XL.
Right, which was more powerful.
Which were more powerful. And then they went 2DS.
Yeah. I still think, I think definitely they go mini. They go compact. They make it less expensive to try and just, like, push more units out to every household. So if, like, little Johnny has one, then little Susie gets one as well. So just stop sharing.
I talked about it this week on Nintendo Guru Daily. The latest update, 8.0, it allows you to actually pick and choose save files to transfer to a new console.
Oh.
So my feeling was that was a tell that the Mini is on the way. Mm-hmm. Because to me, if you have a kid, and let's say that hypothetically you're sharing your Switch with Lincoln.
Yep.
Well, you would buy Lincoln a Mini, and then you would go, oh man, he's got Minecraft on here, he's got Breath of the Wild, whatever it may be. I got to get those games off. I don't want to move all the games because I have save files here.
Yep.
So you essentially would just move over what games and move them over to the new one. And I think that's a huge tell of what Nintendo plans on happening. But we'll see. But for me, it makes all the sense in the world for a Mini because ideally, Nintendo can't take out PlayStation unless it sells multiple units.
Right.
And they have sold multiple units to certain family members, but not to every family
Yeah, that's
member.
a hardcore audience. That's still kind of like, we're still technically, I think, in, like, early adopter territory here the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe we're starting to get out of it, which is why this is a shift in strategy. Yeah. And so the reason I was bringing up the next generation was because you don't need more power until a little bit later. It's a little too early to be worrying about that. But there will be a time when Nintendo needs to just, like, boost it up a little bit. And I can honestly see, like, Xbox talks a lot about how there won't be any more generations and everything is forward compatible and everything. I could see, like, the Switch just being the Nintendo platform for as long as they make consoles for the rest of whatever.
I totally see
it. Like, what else can they do?
What can they do that makes sense? They're not going to, like we started this conversation with, they're out of the arms race. Mm-hmm. So if they are out of the arms race, what other thing can they bring to the table?
Now they're just at iPad. They're just that this is the next year's iPad, this is the next year iPhone, it's the new Switch. Like it's just bread and butter. It's just a staple of Nintendo, which is good.
Like if you think about it, if they launch this thing in 2019, it makes all the sense in the world.
But that's just so not Nintendo though. You know what I mean? Like that is so they don't just like settle in and then just ride it out. That is not. I don't know, man.
Yeah, they're always changing.
That's why they got cardboard going on right now.
Well, the thing is
so good.
Here's the thing. What my feeling is if I ran Nintendo, I would launch a Pro right now.
Right now?
Not now, but like this year.
Okay.
So in 2019, I would launch the Pro and the Mini. The
Interesting.
Mini would take on the power of our current switches. The Pro would take on the new and latest and greatest chipset from NVIDIA.
Yep.
So what I would be doing is every 2 years putting out a Mini and a Pro.
Snap.
The Mini takes on the life of what that year's Pro is, like in chipset wise, and the Pro gets updated to all the latest and the greatest. And then what I would do is I would sell the Mini at $200 and the Pro at $300. And that's just the way I would consistently sell the Pro at $300. And I wouldn't even offer a dockless Pro. It would just be here's the Pro, $300, boom. Because I feel like when you get into the territory of like multiple SKUs and stuff, it starts to get weird.
Well, and that's my problem with launching them both at the same time. Actually, is that you can paralyze people with the choice of like, what do I do? Do I get the smaller one, like it's less expensive and all the things you say, and this bigger one has more power but it's more expensive? Like, no, you make it super clear. This is the new thing that you're supposed to be excited about. It's new. It doesn't even, you almost like whatever's in it or whatever it can do is actually secondary. In a lot of these, I can't remember who we were having talking about this on my stream. Jace Plays Games was in there. Like, we aren't rational thinkers. They just like show us a thing and it's new and exciting and shiny. We're like, please give it to me. So if you have two of those things, I get a little bit worried that like, what are you going to do?
Here's my philosophy. My philosophy is it's the Apple model. When Apple puts out a new iPhone, they take whatever the current, when they launch that phone, whatever the current is. So right now, I have an XL or XS Max.
Yeah, I think I see where you're going with this.
So what will happen is when they do X2, hypothetically, that gets all the latest and the greatest. But then they do a slimmer version of and it's like a last year's model, and that's a cheaper price. Because the idea is you're getting a double bang. You're getting all these people that'll upgrade to the latest power. That's us. And then you get all the people that were still on the fence that go, oh, man, I can get a Switch for $200 now. I'm in.
Yeah.
And they go buy one. And they're also, because one of the other rumors is about this thing is the Mini will also connect to the TV.
Of course.
Well, I don't know about of course. People were thinking that it wasn't.
No, it definitely should, and it definitely will.
Not in the doctor talking about, though.
See, I was thinking like old school, and this is the thing about like me and iPhone. Like I feel like I've kind of fallen off a little bit because things have gotten confusing. I've lost track of like what is XR, what is XS, what is the 8. Like they release all these things all at the same time. Like this is the Max version, then the regular version. Like I like back in my day, my iPhone days, it was the 3G and then the 3GS and then the 4 and then the 4S, and it like you had these every year. You had the half step, or every other year, I guess you had the half step. Yeah. And I kind of want that, I guess. So every year, like maybe this year we get the Mini, next year we get the Pro, then the following year we get a better Mini, and the following year we get a better Pro. Like it's a little simpler, but I see your point too, though.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously like they're still selling a boatload of iPhones, man. So maybe that's actually working.
Because here's the thing, like you're confused, and I walk in and go, give me the
best one. Totally.
I walk in and go, what's the best version you have? This is it.
Well, part of it's confusion, and the other part too is that the latest and greatest iPhone is so expensive, and then they go like, well, you could have this one which is less expensive. I'm like, don't give me no budget iPhone. Like I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like so then I don't buy anything.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like I'm really not like, I can figure this stuff out.
That's the beauty of not having kids and not having a wife, Sean.
Just go get her whatever you want.
I just walk in and go, I want that.
It's crazy. It's out of hand, man. What they're charging for phones.
That's absolutely true.
It's ridiculous.
But you know what I realized? But this is what I realized. You're not paying for the phone no more. You're paying for the cameras.
Oh, for sure.
Like I'm walking around with a 4K video camera and like one of the greatest photo cameras you can buy. You know what I mean? Like think about it. If I go buy a big what is it, SLR or XLR or whatever it is, one of those big cameras, Canon or whatever, Canon Rebel, they're $700-800.
And then you got to learn how to use it.
Well, that's true. I don't do anything. I pay
$1,000. It's funny you say that because that's the biggest reason I'm looking at like how do I upgrade my phone. This is a totally other topic, but because I want better better camera. My camera sucks on this phone.
Yeah.
That's
4K.
so funny.
Are you kidding me, dude? I can record in 4K? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, whatever the Mini or the Pro, I want Bluetooth audio on that thing so I can play this damn thing on the train. I tell you, I was just about to buy that Bluetooth adapter, the little thing that like $6 on. It's $50. I almost bought it, but I'm like, man, there's a lot of these rumors. I could definitely see something at E3, and like here it is, it's coming out, and then I just trade in for whatever the next one is.
For me, I'm in a situation like where I'm like, I know me. And I don't want them to do both at the same time because I want to buy the Mini and the Pro.
Well, I think about when they did the new 3DS, and when they did, they only gave us the They gave us just the XL.
Yeah.
And I could see them like, and Reggie was pretty clear on like, well, you guys
But
don't buy both.
That was so annoying because faceplates, man.
I know, and I think they should do that again. Honestly, I think they should make one of those things faceplate swappable, and that's just.
If you did the Mini and had like the back faceplate, oh, people would be losing their minds. And I'd be right there with. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I want to buy the Mini because I love my Switch. It's just not portable.
I'm playing on the train on a daily basis, man. I'm almost done this stupid golf story. Finally get back on track with that damn game. But I'm playing every day, and it's just like it's a little unwieldy, and like you can get pretty tight in public transit. Yeah. And you're kind of just like, excuse me, and then like you got this freaking, it's like a foot wide. Man.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm playing this Switch.
Yeah, and maybe it's just a little too big too for like because people can see it from a mile away. They're like, they're checking out my game.
I wish you would finish Golf Story and get on to something else.
I know.
So next week we can talk about it because
I'm
right at the end.
I
didn't hear anything.
Snap.
So. That is all. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of If We Ran Nintendo.
You didn't let me talk about my Kirby amiibo.
We're fine. Don't worry about Kirby. Just shut up. Thank you for listening. Shut up. Be sure to follow Sean Capri over on Twitter. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. You can follow me over on Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. Peace out, Preston.
You shut up, you son of a...